Are you ready to elevate your mining game? Regardless if you're just getting started as a crypto miner, or maybe you're a hobbyist miner. Better yet, a GPU miner, maybe a box miner, and maybe, just maybe, a big boy ASIC miner. I guarantee you will walk away from this video at least once going, huh, I didn't know that. If you guys aren't familiar with who is this guy across the camera, I'm the Hobbyist Miner. I started mining just 3 years ago as a GPU miner with two 970s. And now, 3 years later, I have 100 graphics cards, over 30 full-size ASICs, and I can't even tell you how many box miners I have. Over the last 3 years, I've used a variety of different mining operating systems, software, and mining pools. However, I keep coming back and learning more and more about Nicehash. Just when I think I know everything I need to know about Nicehash, I learn something new, exciting, and different. So in today's video, I'm going to unload a boatload of tips, tricks, features, and benefits as to why I've started to love Nicehash more and more. Whether you're a GPU miner or an ASIC miner, I guarantee you can benefit from something from today's video, or at least walk away going, huh, I didn't know that. So let's dive in. Tip number 1, Nicehash supports 30 of your favorite profitable GPU and ASIC algorithms. Let me show you guys what I mean. All right, so here we are on my Nicehash dashboard. And first thing I want to point out to you guys is when you go into mining and then go to download miner or add ASIC in the upper right-hand corner, they've made this insanely easy. Now check this out. So let's say you're a home miner with a desktop computer and you want to mine on it. Well, they have two applications for you that would work perfectly in something like Windows, Nicehash Quick Miner and Nicehash Miner. Runs right off your desktop, single click, up and running and easy to go, as well as has some customizations and configurations in there. However, moving down the list to Nicehash OS, that's actually an operating system for GPU miners. I have this running on one of my GPU mining rigs, and it's been up and running for an insane amount of time on crazy stability. I can't wait to show you guys that further on in the video. Finally, as we scroll down, there is Connect Your ASIC Device and Stratum Generator. Let me show you how many algorithms they have in support, because I think we overlook this very quickly. We think Nicehash and we think Bitcoin mining. Okay, great. But there's so many algorithms they support. So taking a look here at the dropdown, and I'm just going to skim through these. You could run a lot of these on your ASICs, your GPU mining rigs, or those box miners at home. Some of my favorites here, script mining, SHA-256, Qubit, brand new and very popular. Going down the list here, we have Crypto Night R. You have 𝐿𝐺𝐠, 𝐶𝐵, where my GPU miner's at. Then you got ones like Octopus, Autolycos, ETC Hash. Where's my Kaspa miners at? 𝐾HeavyHash. You could mine right to Nicehash. 𝐿𝐿, Carlson Hash, Aletheium, and the brand new one on there, Fish Hash. Now, how they made this really easy is, let's say you take your Kaspa miner, right? So we're going to go to 𝐾HeavyHash. Look at this. You come in here. Let's say we want to take our KS0 Pro. KS0 Pro. I'm going to name it. And look what they do. They auto-generate all the fields for you to make it super easy. Take a look. I've named it, right? So there's our name. But look at our Stratum URL. Copy that, paste it into your miner. The SSL Stratum, copy that, paste it into your miner. And finally, the username. They've gone ahead and put in the address for your Nicehash wallet. And then bam, there's your worker name and the password. And so it's just bam, bam, bam. You can set up an ASIC or a box miner super, super easy. They do the same thing here on the bottom with their stratum generator. You can come in here and select what algorithm. Let's say we're going to do SHA-256, and look, there we go. Everything is easy and simple. You don't have to look for it. They've made this super easy for us miners. Tip number 2, Nicehash allows me to tap into my inner OCD and manage and organize my GPU, ASIC, box, and CPU mining rigs. Check this out. All right, so let's take a look at your organization and your accounts, because a lot of people completely overlook this and just set up one account and then everything's under one thing. Well, take a look. You can click in the upper right-hand corner and take a look. You can create a variety of different accounts that keeps everything separated. Separate addresses, separate profitability, separate balances. Everything is entirely separated, all under one account. So for a great example, I host and run my electrician's miner. He has an S19K Pro. Well, in here you can see it's entirely separated. You can see he has an individual balance. It shows his miner individually, and everything is trackable and very easy. And then what I've done actually in here is you can actually click on the dots and go down to watcher link, and you can generate a public watcher link that I share with him so he can monitor his rigs, his profitability, and his balance at any given time. Moving on from there, let's take a look at grouping your rigs, because I just found out about this recently and I really, really love it. So on my Bitcoin ASIC mining kind of account, what I have here, I have 13 ASICs total, but I have them in a variety of different locations. So if I come in here and go to mining, take a look. Everything is grouped and it makes it real easy. There's dots in the upper right-hand corner, and this is where you can create groups as well as organize your rigs. So for a great example, let me run through these real quick. I have 3 ASICs at my ASIC mining shed that are Bitcoin miners. I have 2 here at my home shed in immersion. I have 4 of my units at BitHome being hosted. I have 2 at BlockOps, and then I have 2 more at Terra Hosting that are Bitcoin miners. And as you guys can see, it not only breaks up them individually, but what I really love is the fact that I can see profitability in an individual group level. And this doesn't have to be location based. This can also just be grouped in different sets. And this doesn't have to be Bitcoin miners. That's just the way that I've gone ahead and grouped these, which has been super, super nice. Now, the nice thing is if I go to, let's say, hosted at BitHome here, you could see I have 4 S21s. And this is the current view that we enjoy. However, there's 2 other views up here. You can click in the top right-hand corner. Here's a little bit of a skinnier view. And then you could go more to this tiled view. And I think the tiled view is a little bit more attractive if you have a boatload of miners in here. Moving on for another feature of within the organization and helping out my inner OCD. If I go ahead and click on my son's mining rig here and go to mining, so take a look at this. So what they've done is they've put all of your mining events in one area. So you can see here, I can do see all. It says 14 warnings and 9 other events. I can see all, and now it groups these and actually separates them by color. So I can see actions versus warnings. So I can see when it's gone ahead and swapped algorithms, when it's had problems, when it's had errors, when it's rebooted. All of that is listed real clean, real simple, and real easy. So now let's talk a little bit more about payouts. And this is actually pretty cool. I haven't really realized all of these out there. There's lots of different options available. So if we come up here under next payout and click the gear, you have a lot of different options. And based off of your geolocation, you can actually pick the currency that you want to get paid out in. Because I'm set up and registered for the United States, your only real option is Bitcoin. However, you do have the option to pick a variety of different coins that Nicehash supports to get paid out in. In addition to that, they have a split option. So if you enable split option, you can actually split your payments between multiple different addresses when you go ahead and withdraw these, which is super, super convenient. Something else to take a look at when you're doing withdrawals. So you do your withdrawals with a few clicks of a button in the upper corner here. And if you come down to withdrawal, something that I think a lot of people don't look at necessarily is Nicehash supports the Lightning Network. So unfortunately right now, Bitcoin fees are high. It's a blessing and a curse on the Bitcoin network. We like it because that means more profitability for miners. However, when we need to move any Bitcoin, it can be a little bit more expensive. Well, the nice thing is that the Lightning Network is fully supported on NiceHash. So you can absolutely take advantage of that. Tip number 3, NiceHash takes the guessing and management out of making sure my GPU mining rigs are on the most profitable coin constantly. All right, GPU miners, listen up. So this right here is my son's account. Sub account of my account, as we talked about earlier with the organizations and such. He has had this GPU mining rig on NiceHash. Look at this uptime, 90 days. 90 days of straight uptime with a GPU mining rig. How insane is that? So this is actually running that NiceHash OS that I talked about at the very top of this video on tip number 1. It runs off of Linux with NiceHash OS installed on top of that. It's super simple and easy to set up and install. It's very much of just putting in a USB drive, transferring over some files, and bam, you're off to the races. Now, why we went this route? My son wanted a GPU mining rig, and let's take a closer look at it. His is an 8-card 1660 Ti rig. Yes, I gave this to him as a gift. He had a smaller 4-card rig for the longest time. I upgraded him to this. We actually have a full video on this where him and I built this together and we installed it. I'll put links directly down below to not only that build, but I also have a step-by-step guide on how to install NiceHash OS on your GPU mining rig. So go check that out in the video description directly down below. Now, why we went this route? He was interested in Bitcoin. He wasn't really interested in any of these other coins. And we went with NiceHash OS because it kind of does all the work for you. It has auto profit switching. So it swaps between the different algorithms that it supports for GPU mining rigs based off of what's most profitable at that time on the NiceHash platform. Don't forget, NiceHash is a hash place marketplace. So it's going to swap to the different algorithms based off of what is in most demand on NiceHash, not necessarily what the market is looking like at that time. In addition to that, when it swaps algorithms, so let's say it goes from auto Lycos to 𝐶𝐞𝐥𝐻, it also has the ability for you to have overclocking kind of profiles built in, so that when it swaps between the two, it will go ahead and swap over the overclock settings as well, which I thought was really, really cool. Finally, they actually have bundles, and bundles on this are kind of like configuration packages. There's actually a bundle manager right here at the top, and here's a great example of one. A simple bundle is just all my fans to 100%. That's a simple bundle, but you can get more into more complicated bundles with everything. You can create a brand new bundle and apply it to all different rigs that you're interested in and go from there. And they actually have coming out here, and it may be out by the time you guys watch this video, is community bundles. So let's say I go through and build a whole bunch of bundles out there regarding overclock settings and fans and these configurations and those configurations. There's an option to just pull from the community. So all of these can be pre-built and pre-made for you to save a ton of time and effort. So one of the objectives that my son wanted was to stack Bitcoin, and he's done very, very well with this. And he has his own wallet that we've transferred and withdrawed funds out of NiceHash directly to, and it's a cold wallet, and he has it's a Ledger Nano X, and he just withdraws it very simple and very easily. Of course, I do a lot of this with him. But the fun thing is that he will come down to me very often. Hey, what's Bitcoin at? Hey, how's my rig doing? How much are we making per day? Or something along the lines of, how much do I have in my wallet now? And he's been saving for our VR headset with Bitcoin, which is absolutely amazing. Tip number 4, the massive amount of history, stats, and reporting in NiceHash is next level. So the NiceHash dashboard for history and stats that you find at the very top is really next level, and it's very, very detailed. And I wanted to share this with you guys and also share some of the nitty-gritty things that I think we as miners sometimes overlook. So on this page here, this is the dashboard for my 13 Bitcoin miners, and we can see, it shows your current actual profitability. It lists out about $209.70 per day is what it's saying here in a 24-hour period. Now, as you scroll down, you can see, it's showing me a projection on weekly, on monthly, and also on yearly of these 13 miners. Now, these are all projections and estimates based off of the current moment. And you have to remember that NiceHash is a marketplace, so this will fluctuate based off of demand. I mean, right now it's saying weekly, I'm making $1,400. monthly $6,100, and then finally yearly $74,000. Now, that is projected. That doesn't mean it's all estimate based. Now, as we scroll down, we can see all of my active workers. We can see all of their active speeds, which is super important, as well as individual profitability. As we scroll down farther, some great details in here and a lot of things that we as miners sometimes overlook. So we can see in here our consistency with 𝐿256. If this was a GPU mining rig, we might see some other algorithms, which we'll take a look at in just a minute. Now, as we scroll down a little bit farther, that 212 is really what we really want to base things off of. This is giving you your average pay rate for the selected time period. So we can look at 1 day, we can break this down to 6 hours, or go up to 1 week total. And we can kind of see all of those options. You can see that the 1 week total, the average per day absolutely has changed. And you can see it's gone up and down based off of where that demand is for 𝐿256 and Bitcoin mining. As we scroll down, we start to get more into the nitty gritty. You can see your daily average hash rates and history here. But what I really want to show and pay attention to is your mining payouts. The nice thing is that we can take all of them, and I've checked the box at the top that says group by day versus group by payments, because we get paid out multiple times a day. Grouping by day is really nice because that allows you to kind of see what we ended up with. If we look at the 9th, which was yesterday of recording this, we ended up making $210.94, which is awesome. However, the day before it was $149, the day before $115, and the day before $160. Now, for you as a miner, this is super important. You want to keep track of your metrics and your details. So you do have the ability to go over to export, and then you can export this data individually into a nice CSV that you can then manipulate and you can adjust on your own, especially when it comes down to tax season. Tip number 5, it's tax season and NiceHash makes it easy. So within NiceHash, you have within your settings 2 really great features. One is new reports, and you can click new reports at the top, and man, you can pull from all different options and transaction types. So you can see here, you do deposits, withdrawals, exchanges, hash power, mining, like payments, everything is listed in there. And then you can go down, pick what currency it was. For me, it mostly is Bitcoin. You can then select the time period if you're interested and a time window. And that allows you to now generate this report if needed, so that you could pass this off to maybe your accountant or whoever is handling your taxes. In addition to that, with NiceHash, they actually integrate with Coinly. And in the top right corner, you can see try Coinly tax reporting and get 50% off. So I know a lot of crypto miners within our circles here and GPU miners, they use Coinly. Well, if you go through NiceHash, you get 50% off, which is absolutely amazing. So it's been 15 minutes and I gotta ask, did you have that, I didn't know that moment? Hopefully you did. So I have 2 more NiceHash videos for you. The top one is for my GPU miners out there. And this is a step-by-step video on how to set up NiceHash OS on your GPU mining rig, configure it, and get it up and running. The bottom one here is an S21 that I unboxed and set it up on NiceHash. And I walk you through step by step for my fellow Bitcoin miners. Enjoy.